The new Pet Tutor Blu system is very versatile because it offers you 3 different configurations, so you can start off with something simple and move to a more complex application with more devices. So you don't have to buy everything at once. That's one of the neat things about Pet Tutor Blu as a system. The first configuration is the smart clicker with just the app. So here you'll notice that there is no feeder. Now, this is one of the simplest configurations, but it still has a lot of power in it. You can use it for dog games, but there are also some special modes specifically to help a trainer improve their skills, or anyone that wants to learn more about training improve their skills. The first function with the smart clicker and the app combo is just being able to change the sound of the marker or the volume of the marker. Some dogs are very sensitive to the sound, and so you can turn the volume up or down on the marker sound, the click, to make it acceptable to any particular animal that you're working with. The next 2 functions then bring in the special trainer skills package, and with that the trainer is able to improve the skills during their training session working with an animal. The first one is that criteria counter. So we're actually counting the successes and the misses when we're training an animal against a criteria, like how quickly they react to something, or if they're doing a targeting, are they close to the target or not. So we can electronically keep track of that. The next function that allows one to improve training skills is a first, and this is the timing tutor. What the timing tutor allows you to do is measure electronically your timing against, we'll call it, in an instructor. So you could have an instructor in your class that is training and shaping a dog, and you can work right along with them with your smart clicker and see how your timing compares to the instructor, or using the tilt mode, which is another feature that's built in to the smart clicker. You can actually put the clicker inside a toy and measure your timing with a separate clicker against what the dog is doing. So this is a really exciting, like I said, this is a first where we can actually electronically measure the timing between a student and an instructor. And the instructor could be your dog playing a game. And then just to make a point, with this configuration, then you can use it training an animal or practicing these skills. And if you're going to be delivering a treat, then it's hand delivered. Obviously, we don't have a feeder with this configuration. The second configuration is the feeder only with the app. And in this case, the app is sending signals and commands to the feeder when to dispense. We can use this in a variety of applications. We don't have the smart clicker here, but we can use the buttons on the app itself to trigger the feeder. And in this case, we can use it for training and behavior work. The ability to trigger one or many feeders, even simultaneously, is a great new tool that the app brings in. So if you have several feeders, like if you're in a kennel or a shelter operation, you have multiple feeders, or you just have a multi-dog family, you can train more than one animal at the same time with the new app. So it allows you to simultaneously trigger multiple feeders. That's a really cool feature that just requires the app only. In this setup, we also have the timed interval delivery. And so when you call up the timed interval, you can program it on the fly immediately. You can set how often you want the feeder to dispense, and you can put in randomness to that, all driven from the app. So it's instantly. You don't have to hook up any cables or anything else, just right from the app itself. Which makes it very versatile. And once you've done that, once you've set the feeder in the time delivery mode, then you don't need the app anymore. You can actually walk away with your phone, and the feeder will continue to dispense until it runs out of kibble, which, by the way, is another setting. You can tell it how many cycles you want it to run when it's in time delivery, and it'll run those and stop. So very, very versatile time delivery mode when you have this particular configuration of feeder and app. And then, of course, with this setup, you could deliver the treat manually, but you also now have the flexibility of having the treat come from the feeder itself, the Pet Tutor Blu feeder. And then the last configuration brings it all together. Now you've got a smart clicker that can send a feed command over to the app, and it can also, the app will then send that command to the feeder and dispense a treat. You can use this with all the functions listed above. So you can use it for dog games, dog training, dog behavior, and even working with those special new features that allow the trainer to improve their skills. So we think you'll find that Pet Tutor Blu is extremely flexible in configuration so that you can start with. So you could just start with a smart clicker only, download our free app with that, and you're ready to go with those features. If you want to wait until you get a smart clicker later on, you can just use the app and our feeder to start with. But then if you want the full package, that's the smart clicker, the app, and the feeder. And in all of these settings, you can have multiple clickers and multiple feeders. So we're just showing one of each here, but again, keep in mind you can have multiple feeders, multiple clickers.